日本の皆さん、おはようございます。こんにちは、もしくはこんばんは。
Hola a todos amigos, en esta tarde me encuentro con el pastor Oguinio Michio de la ciudad de Ueda, que es una iglesia cristiana de Maruco. Así que en este día vamos a tener una pequeña entrevista y vamos a escuchar algunas anécdotas, unas experiencias reales. Él como pastor aquí en esta iglesia durante muchos años, su familia cristiana tiene algo para contarnos, así que yo voy a pedirle también que él nos acompañe, será en inglés y luego seguramente también tendrá los subtítulos para que todos podamos escuchar y podamos entender la riqueza de Cristo y sus experiencias personales y la perspectiva futuro, bueno, muchos detalles que vamos a conocer.
Michio, 52 years old man. I'm a pastor and I'm a Japanese. I got married to a Burmese wife, a woman from Myanmar, and I have one child, one son, 11 years old. And I was born in Japan, however, I studied English in Philippines, and I also studied theology in England. Therefore, I could communicate with Pastor Jaime. It's an honor. Thank you for asking me this question. Around 2010, statistics says that Christian population is kind of dramatically decreasing in numbers in Japan. And as you know, these few years we had a pandemic years, and I heard that because of this pandemic, population in population in church, they are decreasing number general. However, for example, my church and also my friend's church actually increasing in number in these few years.
Wow.
So I don't know, I'm not so sure, but generally speaking, it is said that decreasing number because Japanese don't like religion, and also because of this pandemic. However, because of pandemic, they need something, and they have anxiety, and they try to seek something, some kind of salvation for them, and some of them might come to church rather, maybe.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, this is a kind of tough question. Japan is a kind of one of the maybe worst countries that in terms of success of mission maybe.
Yeah.
So generally it is said that Japanese don't like religion first of all, and also, but they call themselves like they are Buddhists or Shintoists.
Yeah.
Then now the question is why they hate religion but they call themselves Buddhist or Shintoist. I think that Japanese Buddhism and Japanese Shintoism, they don't require Japanese to have only one religion.
Oh, understand.
Yeah, kind of Buddhist and Shintoist, they accept each other, and it's okay to go to Shinto shrine in the very beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And if you have funeral, you may have Buddhism where you have funeral, but they also happy to celebrate Christmas.
Wow.
But Christianity requires only one God and one religion. Maybe that is not Japanese way for Japan. I believe God created Japanese too. However, so-called Japanese way, they think that this kind of requirement is not suitable for them. So maybe general impression about Christianity is somehow Japanese like Christianity and some kind of interest and respect. However, they don't want to commit to one religion.
Wow, I understand.
So maybe Christianity is not so much popular in Japan. Like a Z generation. I don't know if that is correct English, but like maybe they are different from the kind of stereotyped Japanese already.
Yeah.
They're kind of new generation. They may not care for what others think, so
Yeah.
they may be more open to Christianity. So there's a chance. I think.
Understand.
Yeah. I after graduate, how can I say, graduating Bible college or after ordained?
After ordained.
After ordained.
Yeah.
I was ordained in 2007, I think. So in that case, 16 years.
16 years.
Yes,
Wow.
I've been pastor. Okay, thank you. I would say that there are kind of two dimensions. First dimension is I was born in Christian family, which is rare in Japan. So father and mother, they are Christians. Therefore, I had a chance to go to church, and also the son of my pastor is same age with me. So and he's my best friend.
Wow.
So it was kind of simply fun for me to go to church. So this is one dimension. However, I don't know why, like around teenager, I feel like I will go to hell. Although I believe in Christianity and I was going to church, but I don't know this conviction, from where this conviction is coming from, but I felt like I'm so sinful, so I will go to hell.
Wow.
So now here comes second dimension. Then I was reading the books of Christianity to know about Christianity. Then I encountered one book written by Søren Kierkegaard called "The Sickness Unto Death."
Wow.
And that title is kind of depressive, but I was depressive, so I really I was into that title. And when I read, I feel like
identified, no?
yeah. So for me, it was kind of this is I'm gonna read his books in my whole life. I felt. Then I was reading one by one his books, and one book titled "Practicing Christianity." In that book, Kierkegaard is kind of elaborating about Matthew 11:28, and Jesus simply said, "Come." Then for me, I was so depressed, and I cannot come to Jesus, something like that I was thinking. But in that explanation, Kierkegaard said that if you cannot stand up, it's okay. Just lie down and sigh for him.
Wow.
If you sigh for him, it is also the same to come to Jesus Christ. Then, I can sigh for him. Then that was my starting point, and I could feel, not just only brain, but in my heart, Jesus is my personal savior.
Wow.
And reading Kierkegaard and meeting my wife and so many other great experiences with Christians and many things, then I feel like I became more and more a Christian. That was second dimension. Generally, it is said that it's difficult to be a Christian or to be born in Christian home in Japan, and I hear some kind of persecutions or kind of not unhappy experiences.
Yeah.
But my personal experience is I never be unhappy because I was Christian. I was happy at school and at church, and as I said that in my heart I was depressed, but not because I am Christian. I am Christian, then I was happy at school and anywhere I go. So personally, was not persecuted.
Understand, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for asking me this question. It is said that in 1549, the first missionary to Japan, it was Jesuit Catholic missionary, Francisco Xavier, came to Japan, and it's been more than 500 years. However, until now, the Christian population in Japan is less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Yeah. So it is understandable that to think that Japan is tough nation to evangelize, or maybe pastors or missionaries may be tempting to be depressed to evangelize here. However, last time I heard the message, that was I think American Korean missionary said that God prepare well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in the book of Acts, also how much God prepare to spread the gospel, not just Jews, but Samaritans and non-Jews. So God prepare well, and we human don't know what's going on during that preparation. So why not? These 500 years is God's preparation. So when time has come, the time of harvest, we should be ready.
Wow.
So I'm not depressed, and I see many possibilities. If I dare to say about my study about Kierkegaard, Kierkegaard calls all Christians are missionaries. And Kierkegaard himself, he was a writer in general sense. However, he called himself as missionary as well.
Wow.
So all Christian is missionary.
Amen.
If it is true, and I believe that's true, in Japan, although less than 1% Christian, which means there are 1 million Christians. In other words, there are 1 million missionaries.
Amen.
So it's a matter of awakening. If each one of us, whether we are professional pastor or Christian or housewife, doesn't matter. If we are awakened that each of us is called to be a missionary. Wow, this is 1 million missionaries in Japan. So how much God can do great things, I'm expecting.